Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is your Wednesday check-in and during Lent, and I don't know about you. Have you ever had one of those days where you've had to start over with your attitude and with God at least several times before noon, even? I have had one of those days. I have needed to keep going back to God and check in and get realigned for the day. We started with internet access issues, which when you're working from home and doing school for two kids from home online, and when you're trying to get a variety of things accomplished through using technology, it is frustrating when your internet has been going down several times a week for a few months. And so I'm just laying it out there. I'm letting you know it's been frustrating. And I have to keep coming back to God. Part of my Lenten devotion is on my phone, and thankfully I had my phone connection, so I was able to do that. But part of it is on the poster that we're doing as well. And this is real life. And the amazing thing is that Jesus was in that desert for 40 days and he was being tempted. He was being tested during that time, his whole self. And this is one of those days where I felt it's in the tiny ways that we can be so tested, right? In terms of what is our connection with God and how are we allowing God to turn over what's inside to develop us into fertile soil. And that was the reading on the poster, was the parable of the sower. And I'll let you go ahead and go to Matthew and read that yourselves. But the parable of the sower. And I was thinking about that in relationship to the online Lenten study, Lenten devotional that we're doing in regards to 40 acts of generosity. And the two scriptures from that I'm going to focus on, there were several, but the two I'm going to focus on was Galatians 6. I'm even having trouble talking today. That's not usually me, right? Oh, it's one of those days. Thank you for being with me on this journey through Lent, in the good times, in the off times, in all the times. Galatians chapter 6, verse 2. Bear one another's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Hebrews 13:16. Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. And I was struck by the devotional reading that was there, that this was one of the lines from that. So I'm going to share what I posted on this is a line from the devotion in relationship to generosity today. For all have sinned and left their washing up in the sink. I am no better than anyone else. Then this is my response to that in the readings. That's the sign I should have up in my kitchen, because that is a huge place of frustration and judgment for me. Dirty stuff in the sink, clutter in the kitchen is visual clutter that hurts my head and reminds me of when I was a kid and responsible for all the chores in the household and alone in taking care of it all. Not pleasant memories. There are days when I generously and quietly do the cleaning up, but many when I grumble, etc. Yet I must remember, I am an adult now, and I too have left dirty dishes out. I should not be casting the first stone. God, help me in this area. Radical generosity in the gray, mundane areas of life. And that's what our meditation online was about today, was just those gray, mundane, everyday occurrences and the ways that we're being called to be generous in the midst of those. And the example they gave was, if coworkers left dirty dishes in the sink, just washing those dishes without having all kinds of thoughts about the coworkers who left the dirty dishes in the sink. And what I was coming to in regards to the parable of the sower and to this reading was just to allow God to move my heart and see that when I am in judgment, when I am judging somebody else and their actions, or even judging myself and my actions, when I'm in that judgmental mode, it is a barrier to generosity for me. It is the stumbling block. It gets in the way of me being generous with all that God has given me, whether it be items, whether it be time, whether it be patience, whether it be kindness. It gets in the way of me sharing those when I'm in a judgmental frame of mind, because I'm busy deciding whether that person or I or somebody else is worthy of the generosity, which is not my role. We're all worthy of generosity according to God. And so I leave you with that today. God bless you and have a wonderful Wednesday as you go forth from here. Bye.